Supporting Black liberation isn't the same as centering only Black men. We've seen this pattern far too often, men using pro-Black rhetoric as a shield, not to uplift all Black people, but to silence Black women when they challenge them. And right now, Isaac Hayes III is the latest example. So let's be very clear. Francesca Ramsey never attacked fan base. She simply said that it wasn't for her or her audience. That's it. And instead of accepting that feedback, Isaac Hayes III decided to respond not with flat facts, not with meaningful engagement, but by digging up a 10-year-old wedding photo of Francesca Ramsey and her ex-husband, as if that somehow invalidates her Blackness. Now, this is a textbook example of ego-driven reactivity, responding to criticism with personal attacks instead of reflection. Now, meanwhile, this man is propping up with known misogynist and racist, but Francesca is the problem. Please make it make sense to me. And let's shut down this anti-Black accusation right now. If there's anyone who has proven time and time again that they are pro-Black, it is the Francesca Ramsey, from the content she creates, the individual she advocates for, the people that she centers, the stories that she writes. She is undeniably pro-Black, and her contributions to Black culture and discourse speak for themselves. I could go on and on about her CV, but I only have 3 minutes, and that is not enough time to get into all the things that Francesca Ramsey has done, will do, and is doing. Now, this isn't news behavior. This individual, Isaac Hayes III, has a pattern of antagonizing Black women, and it's a classic example of fragility where any critique from a Black woman is met with hostility instead of self-awareness. When Black women challenge him, the blame shifting and the deflection occurs. Instead of addressing the legitimate concerns about fan base's issues, his platform, or his choices and his public behavior, he pivots to claiming that he's under attack for being a Black entrepreneur, deflecting to issues of racial exploitation by white-owned platforms, and painting himself as a victim while publicly attempting to humiliate a Black woman. But you ain't know we had her back, did you? This is not leadership. It's emotional maturity. Now that his own platform is using support, he wants to have a private conversation on fan base. No, an apology always needs to be at the same volume and the format as the disrespect. If you disrespected someone in front of thousands, you don't get to clean it up behind closed door. Public harm requires public accountability. Now, let's say something loud and clear. Being Black owned isn't enough. There's this dangerous assumption that because something is Black owned, we're supposed to accept lower quality, poor values, or problematic behavior. And I'll be the first to say it. I understand that Black people create high quality work too. I will always prioritize supporting Black business, Black creators, and Black innovators. But that doesn't mean I'm going to make excuses for bad values, bad interfaces, or bad behavior. And this isn't a new concept. First of all, one of the many things I learned at the Black Panther Party Museum is that they boycotted Black-owned businesses too. If those businesses weren't advocating for the Black community, they boycotted those too, because it's not just about being Black. It's about being Black and aligning with the values that actually support our people. So Isaac Hayes III wants to claim that Black people aren't supporting him and fan base. Maybe they're just not supporting you.
But the narrative of misogyny and attacking Black women is just simply not true.
Hey, Isaac, apology not accepted. Because part of an apology requires you to take responsibility for your actions. And it's very clear that you just want to make excuses. But again, I love receipts. And here we go, right here. You taking shots at a Black woman's appearance because she dared to say, hey, focus on your app and getting it together so that it can compete with TikTok and Instagram. You've had it for over a decade. It should work better than this. And your response was, you can't spell and you have on too much foundation. What does her looks have to do with her criticisms of your app? It's also so convenient that when you talk about crossing the line, you don't get specific in what it was that you did in response to me critiquing your behavior. I'll get specific. You shared a photo, a 10-plus-year-old photo of me and my ex-husband on my wedding day to suggest that I'm not Black enough because my ex-husband is white. And then when people rightfully called you on your misogyny, you said, oh, I can't be a misogynist. I campaigned for Kamala Harris. Which is interesting because if my white ex-husband negates my Blackness, then how does that work with Kamala Harris and her white husband? Make it make sense. I will also say that it's quite telling that this non-apology focuses so much on your intentions and how your character was maligned and how dangerous it was for you. And not once did you talk about how dangerous it was for me when you chose to share multiple images of me on your TikTok, on your Instagram, and on Threads, and on Twitter with this caption, not like us. Okay, not like what? From day one, my issue was you amplifying abusers and shitting on Black women. And you've had multiple days to say, I don't agree with their behavior. I apologize to the multiple black women, because not just the screenshot that I grabbed, you deleted a lot of the other things. And you have a long history of this behavior outside of just me. Okay, you didn't acknowledge any of that. Instead, you focused on how bad you felt and how unkind it was of me to say, hey, maybe don't prop up abusers. Maybe don't prop up racists. Maybe don't shit on black women. So, apology not accepted. Absolutely not.